Do video game soundtracks matter?
Oh man, they matter
so much
that it's unbelievable. Because I feel like going back to video games, I feel like right now, at least for me, and this is me with even like my faith, like sometimes I get so much more out of music than I do out of other things. I could right now, if you guys showed me a video game, I'm pointing over there for those who can't see because that's where my video games are right now. And if you played me, you know, the ending scene of Mega Man 2, I'd be like, sick, that looks cool. But if you played me the music along with it, it hits on a whole new level. It adds so many layers of elements. You know, it's a image of Mega Man walking, going through the different seasons, going through the snow, going through the leaves. Whatever music you put on there, it could be fun by putting fun music, right? But by their decision to make it soft and emotional and like almost like a celebratory sadness in a weird net way, it can like trigger the highest end of nostalgia in you with the music, not just the video. Yes, the gameplay can do that too, but I feel like for me in a video game, music just changes everything, and that goes for movies as well.
True.
I agree.
Yeah.
Man, I just think of like Legend of Zelda. Like the opening theme to that just makes that game.
Yep.
So if you just took the music away, it'd be a good game, but the music adds so much to it. Do you feel like the music composers, I know there's some other podcasts and I've seen them getting more recognition, but like, are you familiar with a lot of the music like composers
I think Koji Kondo was Zelda, I think.
Okay, so you do know some of them.
I do know. Tim Fallon is one of my favorites on the NES. Grant Kirkhope within Rare. There's a lot of them that I stick with. I don't research it as much as I should, and maybe even I'm misquoting. I don't think I am, but I think, you know, that a lot of these people deserve so much respect because I feel like so much of an end product is based on music. And that, like I said, that goes for movies too, right? There's certain scores within John Williams, who did Home Alone. He did Star Wars. I mean, when you listen to Home Alone, the other day I had like on a playlist in my car and it was like, you know, it's not, Christmas is long gone, but like we were driving home and it was on like a shuffle and immediately like a note came on from Home Alone. All my kids were like, oh, we feel so happy, Home Alone. Like it just like, it did something in them, right? There was no video playing. It was just the music. And I feel like, you know, it's just such an impactful part of media.
Yeah, like I couldn't name one musical composer. I've never dove into that to even like research it to know. So I almost feel like that was my question to you is like, do they not get enough recognition? It's just such a big part of the games. Like,
dude, like is it Sticker Bush or Sticker Brush?
Sticker Brush Symphony from
dude,
DKC. That might be Grant Kirkhope. I want to look that up.
I can put that on.
The DKC soundtrack is unbelievable.
I can put that on and literally like
get pumped up.
Yeah, well, I get more emotional. I'm like, man, this is so good.
Who is it? Sticker Shock?
No, the level name or the name of the song is Sticker Brush.
I feel good about my life. Grant Kirkhope. I got it right.
But dude,
Dang.
so good. You know which one it is, right? I didn't want to do it. I'm going to sound like an idiot.
Don't worry about it, bro. I'm about to play it. You guys keep talking. I'm
just, yeah, I mean, like today, I just put on like some nostalgia music, like N64, all like the soundtracks for it, and I just had it playing in the background. And every time I was like, man, every single one hit.
Ready?
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
We can let it sit. We can let it sit for a sec.
All right.
Oh, it's so good.
Wank. Wank.
That's Ricky making the sound effects when you squish the bug. Wank. It's like
sound like a quick fart.
Yeah, man. It's
so good.
Some of my favorite music comes from now. I guess in this vein is some of the more, I won't say impactful yet, but more nostalgic music. Do you find a lot of it within like the 8-bit days, the 16-bit days, the newer gen? Where do you find yourself when you think about good video game music? Where do you kind of let your heart lie?
64-bit for me.
64, huh?
64-bit.
I'd have to say Super Nintendo.
Yeah, 16.
I think of like Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah, just I could sit there and just like listen. I think you're in like the area where you save or whatever that sound is, and I would just sit there and like not play the game for a while. I'm just like, oh, this music's awesome.
Yeah, I remember like the Kirby soundtrack was super good for me.
Kirby has bops, dude.
Yeah, dude. It's the reason why he's one of my favorite characters. They don't only just like nail him as a character, they also nail him as like the background chorus to his his style. Like even if you were to go back further, it just like his like adventure and all that stuff like on NES, it's good.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites right here. I'm gonna bop this one for you guys. Does anyone know what this one is off the back?
Oh,
Is it an NES game?
Batman.
Yep.
It is Batman.
it's the
In the
starting
sewer?
one.
Really good.
In a sewer?
Is this first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sewer level?
And what's crazy, so that's Sunsoft. In the 8-bit days, Sunsoft. It's weird how in like chiptune days, like 8-bit and 16-bit, I can hear a lot of soundtracks and immediately know the developer. The other day I was listening to something and I was like, that I didn't know what the game was, but it was crazy. I was just listening and I'm like, that sounds like Natsume. I was like, I feel like that's a Natsume track. And I Googled and I was like, it's a Natsume game. And I was like, that's weird. I can recognize Sunsoft. I can recognize Tim Fallon when he's doing work. So many soundtracks have a specific, or companies have like a specific style. IREM has a style.
What was Bionic Commando? Who did that? Because I love the
Capcom.
music in Bionic Commando.
like-
I would say that Riff has like a very almost pitch perfect with NES music.
Yeah, it's super impressive.
I love.
I won't play that game with you anymore, man.
No, but it was
Which
funny
one?
because people were like, "You gotta do it again."
Remember we were trying to guess what song it was?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not on that game.
doesn't matter
That was
how, like-
ridiculous. That was unfair.
I
that
feel
was
like-
rigged.
I feel like as much as you think that like editing matters and like that you could guess that many songs, it's the fact that you could just hear a little tone and you go, "Oh," and then just say the name of it as
Dude,
soon as possible.
I say this and not even this is my life. So ever since recollecting for the NES and even before then, like when I'm chilling, I mean, I will be in here for 6 hours, you know, working, being in the backyard. All I listen to is NES OSTs. I don't listen to remixes. I don't listen to techno beats of it. Just straight up NES music on shuffle. And every once in a while, I won't know it. And I'm like, what is this? And I'll pull it out and I'll be like, man, that's a sick Super C. That one came on the other day. Contra Force one came on the other day where I'm like, that is a freaking jam.
I guarantee you, if you do the 64 and the Super Nintendo, those two will be just as good.
I say while we do this, we'll sporadically play a song. Everyone gets to pick one that they want to hear, and we'll kind of toss it in because I think it's good for the audience to kind of Let's give Chris what he kind of just shouted out, what he wanted the audience to hear.
Bionic Commando? Oh,
Yeah.
please. I love it.
Oops. Let's do Area 1.
So good. Oh, I'll just let this play.
You know what I like to analyze? So I like to analyze music. Listen to the snare drum. You know what that is? That's very military,
It is.
right? You
Yeah.
get drum lines. It's always.
It's all they just took off of a 10-yard fight. They just take it off of that.
That one was always so complex to me. It changes just so many different variations of that as you were playing it. And it gave you like such an epic feeling when you were starting that game.
It
You were like,
does.
oh man, I'm going into like this epic battle. What's going to happen? That's one of my favorites. I absolutely
Curtis,
love
what can I
it.
pull up for you while you finish your thought?
Kirby Crystal Shards.
Okay,
I just
got
want
you.
that one.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Nice.
I was also going to say, like, think about how key sound is in horror games, right? Like the build up, like in Resident Evil.
Okay.
I remember there was a.
I'm stopping you here then.
Yeah,
I'm switching what I was going to play for you, and I'm going to play this.
Okay.
Don't even say it. Ricky knows what I'm going to pull up right now.
I won't say it. But you're right on that because imagine Final Fantasy without dun, 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 dun. Like
Oh,
that
that's
is
one of the best.
insane. Like
That is
you
one
cannot
of the best.
do that again. I'm like, that is
sounds
beautiful.
So I have to say it here now, and you guys don't know because the video drops tomorrow. The audience will know now. The NES Pursuit is relaunching
Let's
tomorrow.
go.
Whenever I get NES games, that's the theme that comes up.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So you'll be hearing
Awesome.
it all the time. It goes,
Nice.
and it shows how many count I have.
Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
Okay, I had to pull this up because Curtis said this. Ricky's going to know. I think this is one of the greatest, and it might even get us demonetized, but that's okay. One of the greatest pieces of music within horror. And it's the intro scene to Silent Hill.
So good.
Dang. It's such an eerie feeling.
It's eerie.
Yeah.
Wait
right?
for it. It's perfection.
There you go. Video. There you go.
The build up.
It sounds like Demented too.
And then this just like pretty, but not.
So good.
It's so good. I said it'll probably get us demonetized because it's the one time on YouTube a long time ago I played that and I got demonetized. Hopefully it doesn't pick up as good because we're going through a mic, kind of a weird.
Oh, you know, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, those audio listeners, by the way, I'm literally just holding a phone up to a mic. So
yeah, we're not like playing a clip of it.
Wait,
like,
before you talk, Curtis, Ricky, have me pull one up. What you want? You want a crystal shard?
Curtis wanted crystal shards.
Yeah, so like one of the scenes that I remember like in like a horror game was, do you remember in Resident Evil when you go into that room and it's like closing in on you?
Yeah.
That feeling I just always remember, and then when you walk out, the soundtrack after that is always just nice. But I just, for some reason, Resident Evil had like a really good soundtrack for me in PlayStation.
It does.
They do. PlayStation was actually legit, had really good soundtracks because of the RPGs.
I also like finding that rocket launcher in the lawn and bringing it back inside.
Rocket launcher. Wait, here you go, Curtis. Is this a good one, Curtis, or should I go to the...
Either one, dude.
That one sounds good.
That's pretty. This is the file select theme, I feel like. It doesn't say, but I think this is like the file select.
It's such a vibe, man. Like
That is
like,
good.
If you don't have the gameplay, the sound still
It doesn't do it.
great.
It's like Mega Man X when you start. That just pumps me up every time.
Ricky, what's yours? Well, you already did Sticker Brush, huh? I guess.
I did Sticker
You have
Brush.
a different one? Come on.
I can give you one of the ones these guys will love.
Dire.
Dire.
Ooh.
Or otherwise known as Jolly Roger Bay.
Jolly Roger Bay.
The other name. Let's get this one for Ricky. So I'd say this one actually holds a lot of, like, this is one of the songs. So whenever I'm editing and I want to really emphasize emotions and like happy yet nostalgic, almost like emotional, almost maybe even sad, I use this theme.
Oh yeah.
When you're swimming.
This is underwater. But wait for this little melody to drop right here. This is where it gets real pretty.
Dang.
Dropping a little lower note. So simple too.
So good.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Oh, it's pretty, man.
It's so good.
Yeah, I just feel like things they're underrated. I feel like they don't get enough credit for music in games.
Ben wants one. Ben, what do you want? I saw him look over here.
I do. I do. So all right. So Super Mario Kart, just like the menu.
Oh, that's a good dude, Ben. That's actually a really good one. I love that one.
Oh boy, menu screen. Ricky, this is one of our favorite songs.
Oh,
because this is a song we use in the original episodes all the time. Oh wait, dang it, wrong one. Well,
this is Ben. This is Ben.
No, Ben is this one. Watch. Where's the file select screen? I need file select.
How about Rainbow Road on Mario Kart? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what is that called? That is the character select.
Character select.
Character select.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep. I love
it. Retro Liberty Day.
Oh, dude, I am fat fingering everything right now, and my phone's just going wild. Sorry, Ben, you lost it, but Ricky and I can give it to
you. So good.
I think I have to pull out my banger. I don't know what my banger one is yet. I have a...
What is your banger?
I don't know. What when you think of video game music, do you normally resonate with more emotional or more like, that's hype? What gets you?
The emotional gets me more, but I love the hype.
I don't know. I also like when it puts me into a setting, right? Like I love that feeling where I know where I'm gonna be. Like in Zelda Ocarina of Time, like you know when you're in the forest temple.
Kokiri Forest.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And you know when you're in the temple when you're trying to find the hover boots and all that stuff.
Oh gosh.
Like you just know it, right? Just from that vibe.
Yeah.
I would say more emotional.
Yeah.
I like the hype stuff, but I like the emotional stuff.
Yes.
I think better.
It just feels good, especially when you're just listening. You're like, all right, this is beautiful.
There's so many.
Super Mario 64
so many good
though
ones,
too.
Just walking around the castle. I love that. Just that soundtrack.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I kind of think of this when I think of good music.
Oh, so good.
It is good.
But how perfect is it for what you're doing in the game? Like, it couldn't be a more perfect setting. Not scary, but just kind of dwelling, unsure in like a castle. like a very
It
like
sounds absolutely perfect for it.
Uh-oh.
Like I couldn't think of any other song for it.
it's not
I
too
know.
haunting, but it's not too
But
happy.
But it is a little bit haunting.
A
At the
little,
same
that's what I
time.
mean. It
Yeah,
has
so
a
like
hint.
just hints on
a
it.
hint of haunt.
How about
Like it's haunting, but you're going to have fun in here, kind of thing at the same time.
Yes.
How about? I mean, this is a Game Boy. What's it called? Game Boy music track. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
It is pretty good.
When you catch a Pokemon or you go into battles, like
Oh, that one.
that one.
That one just gets me all
And
like,
it's like when you're leaving,
when
just
you don't want to catch them.
When you're leaving, just
Yeah. So good.
that is
It
so
is good.
iconic, dude.
That's fire. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
is good.
That's hype music right there.
Then this.
That's total hype.
Dude,
That's good.
It's
I'm not
really
gonna lie.
good.
That's real
That
good.
is really good. That is
So
so
good.
good.
it's
We actually, Ricky and I got to meet the guy who made the Pokemon song.
no
Gotta
way.
catch him.
We should try to
Really?
get him.
Which was
Come
even
on.
great. He actually came to watch me in a documentary, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" Like he went to watch a documentary I was in, and he came in and he was there. He's a totally normal, cool guy.
Like it would be cool, and I'm sure that some of them have been guests at shows, but to have some of those guys at SoCal as guests would be pretty awesome.
Consider it done.
Yeah.
He
Let me
still
call
sings
him.
that song.
Consider it done.
He's booked. What was that? He's on his way. Well, wait. He's at the door. Welcome in.
But that would be cool. And I don't know, would they be guests people would want to meet, or is it better as like a panel, maybe?
I
to
mean,
hear it?
I would love to meet video game music people and pick
Yep.
their brain. I find
Yeah.
so much pleasure in video game music. Although there is the Garbs, of course, too. And you have to give some shout outs to Rad Racer on the NES. One of the most loved games, but one of the most garb musics. It just hurts my ears.
play it.
Let's see. All right, Ben knows. Every time me and Ben are sitting there, I'm like,
yeah, but every time we're packing it for whatnot, it pops up. On
It
the
always
screen.
pops up. It's no F-Zero. F-Zero is just smooth.
Ooh, F-Zero's good.
now there's only a few tracks, so I have to make sure it's the right one. Let's see. Nope, that one's not bad. Listen.
This one is dark.
Headache for me. Headache.
Too high
a
pitched
lot.
the entire time.
It's just a lot. Right? Put it
It's
this
a
way.
lot.
It's not bad, but it's like when you hear someone play the guitar and they're like, no, I just want to do a solo for 20 minutes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I got it that you can shred, but let me hear like a melody now.
Okay, the worst audio that I sent you guys this literally in the group chat that I found as a kid that I finally knew what it was. It was the TV plug and play for baseball. That sounds
Well, a
terrible.
plug and play. You're going
Dude,
low
look
brow.
it up. Look it up.
There's no way that's going to come up.
no, it will. TV,
Look,
TV.
there's so many plug and
play
plays.
baseball.
We went from great
circa
ones to
2000.
horrible ones.
No, I'm telling you, it sounds terrible. The only thing I remembered as a kid was like just the
Is
blurred
it called
out.
Backyard Baseball?
No.
It's not on here.
No, play TV baseball.
I typed that in.
Play TV baseball in YouTube, circa 2000.
I did. I'm getting Scott the Waz recommendations.
I got
No.
so much stuff.
Thanks, Scott the Waz. That's all I got from that.
Type
If you-
in play baseball TV.
No,
It's
Hey,
coming
it was
up.
the-
there it is.
dude, it has
generic
the
search
worst
terms
sounding
ever.
crowd I've ever. It's just like,
Let's see. We'll do a random. What I'll do is I'll stand up. Don't worry, Ben. I know I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to pick a random game in here. Let's go. Now let's go NES. Let's go uninvited. Uninvited
I have
NES.
played
Let's
that.
see.
I think it has good music, actually.
Uninvited.
Because I was going to say Shadowgate has
Doesn't Uniracers have really
music.
good music?
Uniracers has
I'm
great
gonna look
music.
this while you guys.
Shadowgate was
I'm
great.
gonna
And even
find it.
Double Dragon was good, too.
Ready? Here we
Double
go.
Dragon is good.
Double Dragon 2.
Uninvited. Okay.
That's pretty good. That's the opening scene?
Opening. Let's go to like a
I
level.
think when you get in the house,
Ooh.
it gets good. See, it's like
Ooh.
Shadowhawk. I mean, not Shadowhawk,
Shadowgate.
Shadowgate.
Ooh.
Which that actually sounds like it's from Shadowgate, like they took it. Shadowgate had some of the best music ever. It's just like that.
Okay, this is
Ooh.
good.
That's really good. That sounds like it's ripped from Shadowgate. Maybe I think it's the same developers. Like they might have used the
It's just the
same
same.
music.
I'm waiting
Curtis
for it.
found it.
All right. You
Curtis
gotta-
found his plug-in TV play.
Hold up, it doesn't sound too bad, but dude, it sounds terrible.
That sounds like the beginning of Punch Out.
It sounds terrible. But the only thing I remember, like I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was Slugfest, but it's like You hit a home run. He goes, home run. That's all I can remember.
Yeah, that just sounds like garbled noise with no thought put into it.
No,
It's
but
supposed to be the crowd cheering.
Yeah,
but
it
that's
was.
right before like Don Flamenco. You know when he walks up.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
That's literally what it
Punch-Out
sounds like.
crowd.
Yeah.
You're right.
I was screaming. I was like, Ben, I can't remember. I was calling my mom. I called my brother. I was like, don't you remember us swinging at a TV with a baseball bat? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Sometimes
Ooh,
the less
I
music
know.
can be better.
I know what you're pulling up. So good.
That's right.
Super Metroid.
So good. Oh my gosh, that
It's
is
going to kick
good.
in. Let it bake. Let it bake.
So good.
Oh man.
Doesn't get much better.
That's pretty good.
I like everyone quite it
A
down.
little higher now.
I'm trying to listen because this is the first time I'm hearing because I never played
Oh,
Super
dude,
Metroid.
it's so good.
It's a great game too.
Play
I
that
never
game.
played really any
Amazing.
at
That's
all.
my top 5.
So in the
favorite games.
world of platformers, there's a lot of people who put that as the greatest platform of all time. NES Complex being one of them. Actually, it's the greatest game of all time.
That's in my top 5 favorite games.
This is why
Easy.
I call it Super Nintendo garbage because I
Love
really
that.
never gave it a chance.
Really?
As much as I would like to, but I never really gave it a chance. I was just past it.
I truly believe it's the greatest console we ever got.
I do too.
Still, I really
Yeah.
do.
I
It's
think
just-
best music, some of it, best gameplay.
what I like about the music is Genesis always was very rocky, edgy. Super Nintendo was always very like orchestral and like polishy,
Mhm.
but not in like that one's better than the other. Just two. It's almost like, you know, one guy said, "Let me grab the acoustic guitar," and then Genesis let me grab the electric guitar. Just felt like two different things, kind of.
Like that's kind of like what we talked on the basis of like Genesis being kind of like past it, like it's in the future kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't hit the mark like Nintendo would have.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big thing for me and my brother Adam is we will actually very often, like very, very more than people would think, like weekly, we will just send each other video game music.
You know, it's a good one. See if you can pull this one up. Shadowrun, but there's the Genesis Shadowrun version. I can't remember if
You
I
have the
love
shirt.
this or hate it. Do you ever
Oh, yeah,
play
I do have the shirt.
Shadowrun on Genesis? This would play over and over and over again. And I'm trying to remember if I loved it or hate it.
Shadowrun Genesis. I'm just going to put Shadowrun Genesis OST, which is the original soundtrack, and let you tell me.
Is that what OST means?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It was good. Now that I remember, I think, but it started to get annoying after like 'cause it kept playing it.
That is such a Sega sound. That
Yeah, so it's more guitar-y, like you said.
always.
Very rough, but this one
Always-
is good.
I'm not a fan.
Wait, hear that bass though? That's rough.
That's really rough.
But this bass that drops in, kind of funky.
Play like the first level, like play like the next one. Let me see.
Curtis ain't vibing.
No, it ain't
It
me.
was different. It was
It's-
very like
the
90s,
nostalgia
like
is hitting.
Blade Runner-ish.
It's a nostalgia.
Ooh, Blade Runner-y. Okay.
Yeah,
Guys, we had a little bit of a malfunction. I think our thing overheated a
It
little
was
bit.
too
but
much heat being played, bro.
I know. And we were literally just about to finish it up. I think you were going off of NES Complex's comment on the sounding.
Yes. I don't
So-
remember what it was. But yes.
But hey, guys, I just want to say we're going to close it up right here. And if you guys haven't got your tickets yet, like I said, SoCal Gaming Expo will be June 8th and June 9th. And all audio full episodes will be linked in the description, as well as the tickets. And there's going to be so much going on.
So much.
And Caleb, like I said, we're going to give you a shout out on the One Up
One Up.
app.
One Up.
So,
One up. What did Ricky say?
One Up,
Ricky said uno.
dos,
Uno, dos.
Can we-
One up.
can we go out on the Double Dragon 2 music?
Let's do it. Hold
Okay,
on.
let's
Let's
go.
go. So, anything else to say, Curtis?
No, I just want to say, guys, thank you for the first episode. We are in the podcast.
Yeah, this place is
Let's go.
awesome. I
We
want to
got
say to
Benny
you
Boy.
guys, because you did a lot of this work. You, Curtis, and Ben setting this up. You guys did an incredible job with this. Really,
Thank
really
you.
good. And you, of course.
I will say I will give this guy the majority of the credit because he lived and breathed this. Yes, I helped him a lot and all that, but Curtis was putting his freaking heart and soul into it. So
Yeah, I mean,
let's
Curtis.
go,
Yeah.
Curtis.
You guys, I mean, like I said, it wouldn't be a podcast if it wasn't for this crew. So, I mean, like,
And thank you to Ben for stepping in as a audio and video engineer back
Yeah,
there.
he and Ben came in clutch right there saying, hey, it stopped. So I was
I
like,
know.
you know.
Oh, and Chris, he offered to buy us all dinner after this.
Oh.
But we gotta have blue cheese on it though.
And Ricky offered to buy the dessert. Let's go.
And I can't wait till we make more future videos in here. And as we progress, we're gonna get more things. We're gonna get the ranking back. We're gonna get more guests in here. So
and thank you to everybody for continuing to watch, of course, too.
Hey, it's almost like a game show. Like we're saying goodbye, like on a radio show with the music coming in. And that was Pixel Game Squad.
Yes.
What's our channel? Pixel Podcast.
And close up. They're both 2 in the same. Yeah.
We were recording, man. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's good.
Thank you guys.